Islam's arrival in Japan is a recent development. Japan, with its rich cultural heritage, has a modern history with Islam. Significant interaction began in the early 20th century with Muslim traders from South Asia. These settlers established the foundation for Islamic communities. Post-World War II economic growth led to an influx of Muslim workers and students. The first mosque in Kobe in 1935 marked a turning point. Mosques became centers for religious practice and cultural exchange. Are Muslims in Japan today? A diverse and growing community. The Muslim population in Japan has witnessed a steady increase in recent decades. While official statistics are limited, it is estimated that there are now over 100,000 Muslims residing in Japan. This diverse community comprises individuals from various ethnicities, nationalities, and cultural backgrounds. The majority of Muslims in Japan are foreign-born residents hailing from countries such as Indonesia, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, and Turkey. Many of them initially came to Japan for work or study opportunities, and some have chosen to make Japan their permanent home. In recent years, there has been a notable increase in the number of Japanese converting to Islam. This trend can be attributed to various factors, including interfaith marriages, exposure to Islamic teachings, and a search for spiritual meaning. While the exact number of Japanese Muslims remains unknown, their presence is increasingly visible in mosques and Islamic centers across the country. They play an active role in community life, organizing events, promoting interfaith dialogue, and challenging stereotypes. Places of worship. The growth of mosques and Islamic centers. The growth of the Muslim population in Japan has been accompanied by a rise in the number of mosques and Islamic centers. These institutions serve as vital hubs for religious practice, community gatherings, and cultural exchange. While the first mosques in Japan were established in the early 20th century, the past few decades have witnessed a significant increase in their numbers. Today, there are over 100 mosques and Islamic centers scattered across major cities and towns in Japan. These mosques and Islamic centers vary in size and architectural style, reflecting the diversity of the Muslim community they serve. Some are grand and ornate structures, while others are more modest and functional. Many mosques also house Islamic schools, libraries, and community halls, providing spaces for religious education, cultural activities, and social gatherings. They serve as a bridge between the Muslim community and wider Japanese society. Ramadan in Japan. Navigating tradition in a modern society, Ramadan, the holy month of fasting observed by Muslims worldwide, presents unique experiences and challenges for Muslims living in Japan. While Japan is a predominantly non-Muslim country, there is growing awareness and accommodation of Islamic practices, including Ramadan. During Ramadan, Muslims abstain from food and drink from dawn to dusk. This can be particularly challenging in a country like Japan, where work hours are often long and social gatherings often revolve around food and beverages. Despite these challenges, Muslims in Japan find ways to observe Ramadan while navigating the demands of daily life. Many adjust their work schedules, if possible, to accommodate prayer times and break their fasts with family and friends. The Muslim community in Japan comes together during Ramadan, organizing iftars, breaking of the fast meals, and Taraweeh prayers, special night prayers, at mosques and community centers. These gatherings provide a sense of community and support during this special month. Section 5. Halal in Japan, from scarcity to growing availability. One of the practical challenges faced by Muslims in Japan is access to halal food. Halal, meaning permissible in Arabic, refers to food and beverages that are allowed for consumption according to Islamic dietary guidelines. In the past, finding halal food in Japan was a significant challenge. However, with the increasing awareness of Islamic dietary needs and the growing Muslim population, the availability of halal options has improved considerably. Major cities like Tokyo and Osaka now boast a growing number of halal restaurants, cafes, and supermarkets. These establishments cater specifically to the dietary needs of Muslims, offering a wide variety of halal dishes from different cuisines. The Japanese government and food industry have also taken steps to address the demand for halal food. Some food manufacturers have obtained halal certification for their products, making it easier for Muslims to identify permissible food items. Section 6. Beyond the surface. Understanding cultural differences. Living in a society with distinct cultural norms and values can present both opportunities and challenges for Muslims in Japan. While Japanese society is generally known for its politeness and respect for others, there are cultural differences that can sometimes lead to misunderstandings. One area where cultural differences are apparent is the concept of time and punctuality. Japanese society places a high value on punctuality, while in some Muslim cultures, time may be perceived as more flexible. Communication styles can also differ. Japanese communication is often indirect and relies heavily on non-verbal cues, while communication in some Muslim cultures may be more direct and expressive. Another cultural difference is the role of religion in public life. Japan is a secular society where religion is generally considered a private matter. In contrast, religion often plays a more prominent role in the daily lives of many Muslims. Section 7. Building bridges, interfaith dialogue and cultural exchange. Despite the cultural differences, there are ongoing efforts to promote interfaith dialogue and cultural exchange between Muslims and non-Muslims in Japan. These initiatives aim to foster understanding, respect and cooperation among different religious communities. Interfaith organizations and groups organize events, workshops, and dialogues that bring people of different faiths together. These platforms provide opportunities for Muslims and non-Muslims to learn about each other's beliefs, values, and traditions. Mosques and Islamic centers also play a crucial role in promoting interfaith dialogue. Many mosques hold open days and welcome visitors from all backgrounds, providing insights into Islamic beliefs and practices. Cultural exchange programs such as language classes, cooking workshops, and traditional arts and crafts demonstrations also contribute to fostering understanding between Muslims and non-Muslims. Section 8. Looking ahead, the future of Islam in Japan. The future of Islam in Japan is a topic of much discussion. As the Muslim population continues to grow and diversify, it is anticipated that Islam will play an increasingly visible role in Japanese society. The integration of Muslims into Japanese society is a gradual process that involves both challenges and opportunities. Continued efforts are needed to promote understanding, address misconceptions, and dismantle stereotypes. The Japanese government's policies on immigration, religious freedom, and multiculturalism will play a significant role in shaping the future of Islam in Japan. Inclusive policies that promote diversity and equality are essential for creating a harmonious society. The Muslim community in Japan also has a role to play in fostering integration and building bridges with wider society. Continued engagement in interfaith dialogue, community outreach, and cultural exchange initiatives will be crucial. Section 9. A shared journey embracing diversity and understanding. The presence of Islam in Japan enriches the country's cultural tapestry and contributes to its diversity. It is a testament to Japan's evolving identity as a globalized society that embraces people from various backgrounds. While challenges remain, the journey of Islam in Japan is ultimately a shared one. It is a journey that requires understanding, respect, and a willingness to embrace diversity. By fostering dialogue, challenging stereotypes, and promoting inclusivity, Japan can create a society where Muslims and people of all faiths can coexist harmoniously and contribute to the country's rich cultural mosaic.
Japan, a land steeped in ancient traditions and known for its cultural homogeneity, is experiencing a subtle yet significant transformation. A wave of immigration, particularly from Muslim-majority countries like Indonesia, is gradually changing the nation's social fabric. Among these newcomers, Indonesian Muslims are leaving their mark, not just through their presence, but also through their contributions to the Japanese Islamic landscape. Many Indonesians, driven by economic opportunities or educational pursuits, find themselves navigating a new life in Japan. They bring with them their rich cultural heritage and their Islamic faith, adding new flavors and textures to Japanese society. Their presence is being felt in various spheres, from the rise of Indonesian restaurants serving authentic cuisine to the establishment of Islamic centers that cater to the spiritual needs of the growing Muslim community. One of the most significant contributions of Indonesian Muslims has been their role in building mosques and Islamic centers. These spaces not only serve as places of worship but also as community hubs, fostering a sense of belonging among Muslims from diverse backgrounds. They also play a crucial role in promoting intercultural understanding, offering Japanese people a window into Islamic beliefs and practices. In the heart of Tokyo, amidst the towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, stands the Nusantara Mosque, a testament to the growing presence of Indonesian Muslims in Japan. More than just a place of worship, the mosque serves as a vibrant community center, a symbol of cultural exchange, and a testament to the enduring faith of the Indonesian Muslim community in Japan. The mosque's architecture, a blend of traditional Indonesian and modern Japanese styles, reflects the harmonious coexistence of these two cultures. Its ornate minarets and graceful dome, reminiscent of mosques in Java and Sumatra, stand out against the Tokyo skyline, while its minimalist interiors and modern amenities speak to its integration into Japanese society. Inside the mosque, the atmosphere is one of peace and serenity. The air is filled with the soft murmur of prayers and the scent of incense, creating a sanctuary for the faithful amidst the hustle and bustle of city life. 5 times a day, the mosque comes alive with the sound of the call to prayer, a reminder of the centrality of faith in the lives of Muslims. While Japan's Muslim population is still relatively small, there has been a noticeable increase in the number of Japanese people converting to Islam in recent years. This phenomenon is driven by several factors, including a growing curiosity about Islam, a search for spiritual meaning, and admiration for Islamic values. Many Japanese converts are drawn to Islam's emphasis on social justice, equality, and compassion. They find resonance in its teachings of peace, tolerance, and respect for all human beings. Others are inspired by the examples of Muslims they encounter in their daily lives, witnessing firsthand the beauty and sincerity of their faith. The internet and social media have also played a role in spreading awareness about Islam in Japan. Online platforms provide access to a wealth of information about Islamic teachings, history, and culture. Japanese people are increasingly turning to these resources to learn more about the faith and connect with Muslims worldwide. As the number of Muslims in Japan grows, the country is gradually adapting to accommodate the needs of this burgeoning community. While Japan has long been considered a culturally homogeneous nation, there is a growing recognition of the need for greater religious diversity and inclusivity. Government agencies, businesses, and educational institutions are increasingly making efforts to create a more welcoming environment for Muslims. From providing halal food options to designating prayer spaces, Japan is taking steps to ensure that Muslims feel comfortable and respected. The availability of halal food, a crucial aspect of Islamic dietary practices, has significantly increased in recent years. Restaurants, supermarkets, and even convenience stores are now offering halal-certified products, catering to the dietary needs of Muslim consumers. The rise of halal restaurants in Japan is a testament to the country's growing Muslim population and its increasing embrace of culinary diversity. From ramen shops to sushi bars, Japanese eateries are incorporating halal options into their menus, offering Muslim diners a chance to experience the richness of Japanese cuisine while adhering to their dietary restrictions. These restaurants, often run by Muslim immigrants or Japanese converts, are not just places to eat, but also serve as social spaces for the Muslim community. They provide a sense of belonging and camaraderie, allowing Muslims to connect with one another and share their experiences. Beyond restaurants, prayer spaces are also becoming more common in public areas across Japan. Airports, shopping malls, and universities are setting aside dedicated areas for Muslims to perform their prayers, recognizing the importance of religious observance. Tradition meets diversity, a balancing act. Japan's evolving relationship with Islam highlights the delicate balance between preserving cultural traditions and embracing religious diversity. While Japan takes pride in its unique cultural identity, there is a growing awareness of the need for greater inclusivity and acceptance of different faiths. This balancing act is reflected in the way Japanese society is adapting to the presence of Islam. On the one hand, there are efforts to accommodate the needs of Muslim residents, such as providing halal food and prayer spaces. On the other hand, there are concerns about the potential impact of Islam on Japanese culture and values. The key to navigating this complex terrain lies in promoting intercultural dialogue and understanding. By fostering open communication and respectful engagement, Japanese society can learn to appreciate the richness that diversity brings while preserving its own cultural heritage. The immigration question challenges and opportunities. The growing Muslim population in Japan is inextricably linked to the country's immigration policies. As Japan grapples with a shrinking workforce and an aging population, there is increasing debate about the need to attract more immigrants, including those from Muslim-majority countries. While some view immigration as essential for economic growth and cultural revitalization, others express concerns about its potential impact on Japanese society. These concerns often revolve around issues of cultural preservation, national identity, and social cohesion. It is important to approach this debate with nuance and sensitivity, recognizing both the challenges and opportunities that immigration presents. By adopting fair and humane immigration policies, Japan can attract skilled workers, foster innovation, and create a more inclusive society. A glimpse into the future. Islam in Japan. The future of Islam in Japan is a subject of much speculation and interest. As the Muslim population continues to grow, both through immigration and conversion, Islam is poised to play an increasingly visible role in Japanese society. This presents both opportunities and challenges for Japan as it navigates the complexities of religious diversity in the 21st century. One of the key challenges will be to ensure that Muslims feel fully integrated and accepted as members of Japanese society. This will require addressing issues of discrimination, promoting intercultural understanding, and creating a more inclusive environment where Muslims feel comfortable practicing their faith. The future of Islam in Japan is not predetermined but rather a work in progress. It will depend on the choices that Japanese society makes today and the efforts it undertakes to build a more inclusive and harmonious future for all its members. A tapestry of cultures embracing diversity. The growing presence of Indonesian Muslims in Japan is a testament to the country's evolving cultural landscape. It is a reminder that Japan, despite its reputation for homogeneity, is becoming increasingly diverse. This diversity, woven into the fabric of Japanese society, enriches its cultural tapestry, adding new threads of tradition, faith, and experience. The story of Indonesian Muslims in Japan is just one example of how the country is adapting to the realities of globalization and the growing interconnectedness of the world. It is a story of cultural exchange, religious understanding, and the enduring human spirit that seeks connection and belonging in a new land. As Japan continues to evolve, its ability to embrace diversity will be crucial to its success in the 21st century. By fostering a climate of inclusivity, respect, and understanding, Japan can harness the richness of its multicultural present and build a brighter, more harmonious future for all its citizens.